Okay, so we are back and we are got something exciting for you. We're gonna make some vegan pizza today for lunch. And so I wanted to bring you along. Okay, so these are all the ingredients that we're going to, not all the ingredients, I shouldn't say all the ingredients we're going to use for the pizza. This is most of the ingredients that I'm going to use for the pizza. And I got just a couple other things that I picked up while I was at Sprouts. But like this, I'm not going to use. But this is something that I might drink while I'm preparing the pizza. This is my favorite brand. If I do buy bottled juice, it is cold pressed, and they have orange juice and tangerine juice, but they have this watermelon juice. It's called Evolution Fresh. And this watermelon juice that they sell, they put lime juice in it too. It's 100% juice, and it just has a really good flavor. And so I buy this whenever I'm out and about. I don't have time to make my own watermelon juice. It's a good substitute for that. So definitely not using watermelon juice in the pizza, but just want to show y'all that was part of my pizza grocery haul today. And then these are some things that I'm not going to use in the pizza either, but I want to show y'all because this is a good buy. It was on sale. Okay, this is 32 ounces, a quart of cashew milk, and it was on the sale rack. So if y'all go to Sprouts, make sure you find their little bitty sale rack in the corner, because they always have some good finds there. So it was on sale for like half off, because regular price is $6.49, and I bought them for $3.25. Now I do make my own cashew milk whenever I use it. I don't use nut milk too often, but I like to have it on hand, like if you want to drop some in some tea, or if you want to make some baked goods and you want some milk for those. So I'm gonna put those to the side because we're not using those. Okay. And all of this stuff we are going to be using for the pizza. So we're gonna make we're gonna try to make 3 different types of pizza today, y'all. So we're gonna make fig and goat cheese pizza, which I know you're supposed to use fresh figs, but it is not fig season, so I got these dried figs instead, organic dried figs, and I am going to soak them in some water to rehydrate them, and I'm hoping that it's gonna come out good. This is something, so I don't know, it's strange, but my camera just turned off all of a sudden. It's not hot, it just turned off. So anyway, here we are. So I was showing you this goat cheese. I'm hoping it tastes really good. It's by Treeline Cheesemakers, and it's a cashew cheese, goat cheese style. And so it's just made with cashews and water and salt and some flavors and cultured brown rice. And so I am ready to see what that tastes like on the fig and goat cheese pizza. So that's going to be one pizza I'm going to make. And then this is the cheese that I like to sprinkle on the pizza. This is my go-to cheese for like tacos and salads and things like that, vegan tacos and salads. It's a vegan Parmesan cheese, but it doesn't have, like when you use it, it doesn't taste like you're using just Parmesan cheese. It just tastes like you're using like a good salty cheese. So I like to use this. It comes in, this is like a shredded form, but it also comes in a powdered form too, like a really fine powdered form, if you know, like sprinkling it on spaghetti or something like that. So this is the Follow Your Heart brand, and I really like this brand. They have a lot of products that I use. This is another product from the Follow Your Heart brand that is going to go on the pizza. This is going to be a condiment for our pizza. You know how you like ranch on your pizza? Well, they make a vegan ranch. And so we're going to use that as a condiment on our pizza. The next pizza we're going to make is going to be like a Mexican pizza, which I usually get from one of my favorite vegan pizza places. It has chorizo, vegan chorizo on it. It has jalapenos. I have my jalapenos here. I got a couple of them in this bag. It has cilantro. I have some cilantro in this bag. And then, of course, all the nice Mexican spices. So we're going to make that flavor too. I'm not going to make sourdough pizza dough today, but I was intrigued because the other day I wanted to make some sourdough bread, and I didn't have any starter, and I was told that they sell instant sourdough starter in the stores now, and I never had seen it before today. And I said, well, I'm gonna get some because I'm gonna try that out, and I'm gonna let my folks know how that works. But I'm not gonna try it out today. I'll try it another day, but I did pick that up. I got some instant yeast because I did not prepare the pizza dough in advance and let it rise. So what instant yeast is going to do for me is I'm going to be able to put it in my dough, and I'm going to be able to just bake my dough right straight away without waiting for it to rise. Okay, so it'll rise as it cooks. I got some basil, Sprouts brand basil for, I'm going to cook some in there, but I also like to use it as a garnish. I got some tomatoes that I'm going to use in the pizza. I got some mushrooms. These are shiitake mushrooms. They have a lot more flavor than the regular button mushrooms, which is why I got them. So there's going to be, one of the pizzas is going to be just a veggie pizza with some vegan pepperoni. And that's the last one. That's the last pizza that I'm going to make. And then I got some, of course, mini bell peppers. These are better than the big giant bell peppers. They have so much flavor. They're sweet, hence the name, sweet mini bell peppers. And this is what I'm gonna use to make my sauce. I don't have time to cook down my tomatoes and make a nice thick sauce. So what I usually do is blend this up with some fresh tomatoes and herbs and spices and garlic to make a nice thick tomato sauce for the pizza. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be using to make our pizza. Oh, I also have some pepperoni. Where did I put it? Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna get my face soaking in some water. I know for those of y'all who do this regularly, don't tell me they need to be fresh. I know. So I'm going to soak those for a little while, put those to the side. This away. And then I'm going to get my dough going. So I just have a few cups of flour. I don't do measurements, so you probably won't ever get any measurements out of me. I think I'm gonna add some whole wheat. Okay, so I have got my whole wheat flour in here as well. I probably did about 3 parts pizza flour to 1 part whole wheat flour in here. Sometimes I do all whole wheat flour, sometimes I don't. It just depends. And so I'm gonna add to this my yeast. And I think I'm gonna do, since I have so much flour, I'm gonna do 2 packs. Okay, this says 1 pack of yeast will raise up to 4 cups of flour. I think I have more than 4 cups here, so I probably have about 8 cups or maybe 6 cups. I don't know. I didn't measure. I don't measure. I'm one of those cooks where I just been cooking for a while, and so I just play it by ear, you know. The ancestors speak to me. So I'm gonna put that in there, and then I'm gonna put some salt. I have some sea salt here. I'm gonna put a good amount. So this is probably about a teaspoon of salt. Let me throw this away. I can't stand to have stuff just kind of sitting around when I'm cooking. Right, and then I'm just gonna kind of mix that up, get everything kind of even. Now, some people put sugar in their dough to help the yeast, right? Because yeast is a bacteria and it likes sugar. And so I don't really use sugar when I cook as much, but I do use maple syrup. So once I get the water in here, I'm gonna put a little bit of maple syrup in here. It also flavors the dough a bit. I'm just gonna add some water. Again, I don't measure, I just eyeball it. If I put too much, I can always add a little bit more flour. Okay, I'm gonna get my maple syrup, and I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to this too, to kind of keep the dough tender. So I'm just gonna add a splash of maple syrup, not much at all. That was probably like maybe an eighth of a cup or something. And the same with the olive oil. I don't usually cook with a lot of olive oil, so this is extra virgin olive oil that I get from the farmer's market. It has all that good sediment at the bottom. That way you know it's like real, and it's cold pressed, and it's rich in flavor. So I'm gonna start mixing up everything. And again, I just eyeball it. Sometimes I add other flavors into my pizza dough. Like sometimes I'll add garlic powder and basil and rosemary. Excuse me. The only thing about working with dough is it tends to go everywhere in the air and gets all in your nose. And that's what's happening to me right now. It's in the air, I'm breathing it in, and I'm sneezing. So I could tell already that I'm gonna need some more water in here. Because the dough is gonna be a little bit on the softer side when you make pizza dough. So let me see what that feels like. To the hand, to the touch. I think that's just about the right amount of water for me. It feels soft, yet it's gonna roll out nicely. And I did get gifted a mixer, dough mixer for Christmas. And I'm just so used to doing everything by hand. I didn't even think to get it out and try it because I need this dough. Now, some people are gonna laugh at me because I need my dough in a bowl. I just, some about putting the dough on the counter and kneading it that I don't always like to do. I do it sometimes, but sometimes I just knead it right into the bowl. So I'm gonna knead this and get it ready, and then I'm gonna prep my pizza toppings and come back. Okay, so I am preparing the chorizo for the Mexican pizza. Remember, I got the Sprouts brand soy chorizo. They just started making this. I remember for the longest time you could only get one brand of chorizo, soy chorizo, and it definitely was not the Sprouts brand. So I'm excited that Sprouts started to make this, because the other brand that I used to get, I don't remember what it was called. I didn't really like it, the taste that much, the flavors that they had in it. And so this kind of smells almost the same, but I'm hoping that it's a little gentler than the other brand. Now, when you buy this Sprouts brand soy chorizo, it comes in like a plastic casing or whatever this is made of. So you're gonna have to, you can't cook it like a regular sausage or chorizo, y'all. Or, you know, you gotta take it out. And so I just cut it in half and slide out the inside. I'm just spicing it up because I don't like to use prepared stuff like straight from the package. I like to add my own let me put this down so y'all can see what I'm doing. I like to add my own accompaniments to it. So I've already chopped up some red onions in this bowl, and I'm just adding this chorizo, and I'm probably gonna add some fresh garlic to it and some oregano, because, you know, and maybe some cumin, you know, all the flavors that a good Mexican pizza should have. And I might chop up some tomatoes and put it in here too. And the jalapenos are going to go in here as well. So you just want to get all of that out. All that good flavored soy chorizo out. Wash my hands. Throw this trash away. Clean up as you go, y'all. It makes a world of difference. If you clean up your trash and your scraps as you go, you never have to worry about heavy cleanup. So I'm going to break this up. See? Just mixing it with some chopped red onions. Actually, let me get the garlic because that's going to go in here as well. Because there's nothing like fresh garlic. I have my my vegetable scrap bowl here that I'm just, all the scraps, I put them in a bowl. We take them out into the garden and we compost everything. So I'm probably going to put like 3 cloves of garlic in here because I really want it really garlicky. And then I'm going to save the rest for the other pizza. So I'm just going to give my garlic a smash. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I just have 3 big cloves of garlic here. I'm going to give it a smash and dice it up, mince it. Put it in my bowl with the chorizo and the onions. Then I'm going to put my jalapenos in there for a kick. Oh, and I got some cilantro that's going to go on at the end after the pizza is cooked up in the oven. So let me clean up my little station here, keep it clean. Dice up this garlic. No, I'm not a master chef. I just kind of dice up things how I see fit. And I don't need small chunks either because I even like sometimes put whole cloves of garlic on my pizza and roast them because I like big chunks of roasted garlic too. So I added my garlic to my bowl. And let me get the jalapenos going. So, wash those off, give them a rinse. I have 2. They're kind of big though. I might not even use them all. I don't want the seeds though. I don't want it too spicy. So I'm going to cut along the sides and leave the inside kind of intact with the seeds. I might get a little bit of seed. I'm just cutting around the edge like this just so I don't get the ribs and the seeds as much because I want a little bit of the kick but not a lot because I mean I like spice but I don't like a lot of heat. So I'm just gonna put a little bit. Actually, I might end up using both of them. I might use both of these jalapenos. I may put some in my other bowl where I'm preparing some veggies for the other pizza, the all veggie pizza as well. Yeah, I don't want a whole bunch of heat. Just a little bit of flavor, you know? So I think that's quite enough. And I'm going to put the rest. It would help if you have a sharp knife. See, my knife is not sharp. It's dull. And that's how sometimes you end up cutting yourself with a dull knife. But I'm too lazy to stop and sharpen it, I guess. I'm gonna put these in here. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna chop up some sweet bell peppers because that's also gonna go on my all veggie pizza. I'm just kind of prepping everything at once here. I'm gonna wash these. I smell my oven. It is preheating. That's what you want to do. You want to preheat your oven in advance to the highest setting. Mine goes up to 500 degrees, so I have it heating up to the highest setting. The point is to try to simulate a pizza oven as much as possible. Now, these don't really matter if you take the seeds out. These are not spicy, of course. They're bell peppers. I don't mind seeds, so I'm just going to chop them up and get them in a bowl. I'm a rustic kind of person, right? When I make some of my recipes, I don't need like neat, perfect chops. I just need to get the ingredients. This is my all veggie bowl that I'm preparing. Can y'all see that? I'm trying to get the camera in the right place. There we go. I'm preparing just a bowl of veggies to sprinkle on the all veggie pizza, as well as the chorizo, the Mexican pizza. So I'm doing all the prep for all of them, the pizzas, at the same time. And this dull knife is slowing me down, but it is what it is right now. Get it done. I am so the opposite of all those fancy cooking shows. But my food tastes just as good, if not better, I will say. Even though I don't use all the fancy techniques and gadgets that they use. I do most things by hand, to tell you the truth. I even have a nice Nama juicer. I have a Nama juicer. Y'all know what a Nama juicer is? Look it up, Nama Well. It's a cold press juicer. I have a fancy juicer, and sometimes I still prefer to make my juice by hand. Like, I will put my fruit in, cut it up, put it, or blend it up, put it in a, sometimes I don't even blend it up. Sometimes I just put it in a nut milk strainer bag or a piece of cheesecloth, and I hand squeeze my juice. Now, how many people you know still do that? So next I'm gonna get my shiitake mushrooms ready. I know some people, they will tell you do not wash mushrooms. I wash my mushrooms, so I'm gonna wash it because I don't like to play games with all that dirt that be on mushrooms. So let me get these washed. These are actually pretty clean. There is no dirt on these mushrooms at all. Let me throw this away. So these are pretty clean, these mushrooms. I only have a few. So I'm just chopping up my mushrooms, y'all. Getting them ready. I'm gonna do relatively larger chunks so you can get the good meatiness of the mushroom on your pizza when you take a bite. All of my vegetables are pretty large. I like large chunks of veggies on my pizza for some reason. So that's that. And then I have, oh, this is the pepperoni that I got. It's Tofurky. It is plant-based pepperoni, and it is the best tasting plant-based pepperoni that I've tried. I've tried a lot of different brands, but this one is really good. My next vote would be for Trader Joe's brand pepperoni. They have some Trader Joe's brand pepperoni, because Trader Joe's only sells things that's Trader Joe's brand. But it's, you know, it works. A little vegan pepperoni. It's good. It's also I don't think it's soy based. I think it is pea protein based. It is not soy. So it's not soy, it's pea protein based. So that's what we're gonna do there. I'm gonna get some basil washed and ready. You know, your basil should be fresh and green, not brown, no brown or oxidation. So I'm gonna just give that a rinse. And then I'm gonna probably do half to go in the bowl, and then I'm gonna save the other half for garnish on top of the pizza when it's not cooked. So I'm just going to chop that up. Now, some people say do not chop basil because as soon as you start to chop it, it turns brown. And that is true. So if you want to avoid that, like if you're using it fresh, you may want to simply tear it instead of chop it. That's one way that people try to avoid the oxidation when it starts turning brown. But it's going to turn dark anyway, especially when it cooks. That's just the nature of basil, so it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to start to prepare my sauce. Okay, so I'm going to start with putting some garlic because I'm making my tomato sauce, my tomato sauce, pizza sauce. So I'm going to start by putting some garlic in the blender. And then I have some cherry tomatoes that I washed that I'm going to put in the blender. And I use cherry tomatoes, or if I can't get farmer market tomatoes, I use cherry tomatoes because they have flavor, unlike all the other tomatoes you buy from the store. Even the organic tomatoes, sometimes they don't have the flavor, the robust flavor that a tomato is supposed to have. Like, most people don't even know what a real tomato really tastes like because they've never had anything homegrown or organic farm grown. So I use organic cherry tomatoes. They usually have a lot of flavor. This is that tomato paste. This is Amore. It's a made in Italy tomato paste, and it's double concentrated. So when you open it, it's sealed up. If you open it, you take the top off. You use this little piece to prick it and open it, and then you can just squeeze it out like that. Can y'all see? Okay, so it's gonna make my sauce nice and thick. And I'm gonna probably end up using this whole tube to get a nice rich sauce. And I like a lot of sauce on my pizza. Do y'all like a lot of tomato sauce on your pizza? I know some people don't, but I do. I'm just rolling it down to get all of it out like you would a tube of toothpaste. When it's to the end, you want to get all of it out and just roll it up. So that's about all that's gonna come out of here. Look at what I did. Let me throw this away. Because you gotta clean up as you go. I have some thyme I'm gonna sprinkle in here. I have a little bit of thyme left in this little bag here. And I'm going to put some oregano This is just La Fiesta whole oregano. I get this at the Mexican market, like a big bag, because I use it to make my teas and things like that too. My bath teas. So I'm going to put some in there. And I'm also going to put some in my Mexican pizza bowl here too. And I like a lot of oregano in my pizza, my Italian dishes. Because you just need that. You just need all that oregano. Let me clean up. I do not like a mess. I have to wipe up all these little things as I go. It gives you less to clean up when you're ready to, when you're done, you know, just clean up as you go. The one thing that I can't, it bothers me to see, a kitchen where food has been prepared, like a big meal has been prepared, and the cook has literally just piled up dish after dish after dish after dish after dish until they finish until they finish cooking. And then you're left with this huge pile of dishes while you're cooking. After you finish eating, to clean up. I don't see the point of that, but some people do that. I think I'm done with my cutting board. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash it off, get it out of the way. Again, I stop and I clean. So it might take me double the amount of time to cook, but I sure don't have all that cleaning up to do when I'm done. Or my husband doesn't have it. Because sometimes he'll, if I cook, he cleans up. So that's that. The kids are upstairs playing on their games, and so you can hear them making noise. My rooster outside is making noise. We have pet chickens, y'all. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in here too. I don't use a lot of olive oil. I don't use a lot of oil, but I'm using a little bit for the sauce. And then I am going to add some, I don't use salt as much either. So what I'm going to put in here in lieu of salt is some Bragg's liquid aminos. I know some people don't use it. I do. I use it to, I'm going to put a little bit in here too, even though I know the chorizo is probably already salted, but Bragg's is like a soy sauce, but it doesn't have it's not the strong soy sauce taste. It's a different kind of soy sauce taste. It tastes almost like if you were to buy like a good vegetable broth that's really rich in flavor, that's what this tastes like. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and I'm gonna blend this up. Okay, so I blended my sauce up. So this is what it looks like, and I like it a little chunkier. So I didn't blend it until it was totally smooth. It's just chunky. See what that looks like in there? Just nice, rich, chunky sauce. Taste it. That is good. The tomato, between the concentrate, the tomato paste, and the cherry tomatoes, it is naturally sweet like it should be. So it's really good. Okay, so I got some flour down, and I'm gonna put some back here I don't want to use it all on one pizza. Here's my dough. Okay, I divided it up into 5 different sections, although it went back into one whole conglomeration of dough, but that's okay. Oh, you know what? It'd be nice if I got my rolling pin. Let me grab my rolling pin, Jediah. All right. So I'm going to just flour the outside of the dough so it doesn't stick. And I'm going to move back the excess because I got about 5 different pieces of dough that I'm going to roll out. So I'm going to get these all rolled out and then I'll come back when I decorate them. Okay, so I have prepped my pizza dishes and I got some over here on the stove. I don't have a pizza stone and I don't do anything fancy but use my big cast iron skillet. I have this clay Kamal that I use. I put some parchment paper on it because I don't want it to stick to that. And then I have these 2 glass pie dishes that I'm going to use to make some smaller pizzas. So very simple, nothing fancy here. So I got my sauce here. One of these is gonna be the fig and goat cheese. So I'm not gonna put any sauce on that one. I probably put too much sauce on that, but let's see. I'm gonna just distribute the sauce amongst these 3. I got kind of a lot of sauce. So I usually run short, but not today. Not short on sauce at all. So I'm gonna use all of that sauce. I'm trying to do this with one hand, y'all. Just tapping it. I'm making a mess. All right, let me put that to the side. And I'm gonna spread these sauces out. It's a little watery. I probably shouldn't have added water to the sauce, but it's okay. I told y'all I like my pizza nice and saucy. So ideally, it probably wouldn't be this watery. It would be thicker. But I know some of the pizza places, when they make pizza, their sauce is pretty watery, but they of course are not using this much sauce either. And then I'm going to spread this one out. You see how the water is starting to separate? But it's okay. It's going to be okay. And all those extra edges you see with the dough, because I didn't roll it out like in an even circle, I'm going to just tuck those over and make it like a piece of pie type thing. So it's going to work out. It's gonna work out. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm gonna have me a saucy pizza today. Yeah, I would, if I could do it over, I would not add the extra water. I would have just blended it without the water, and it would have been probably the perfect consistency without being too watery. So that's that, and I'm gonna get my toppings. Okay, so I'm starting to put the cheese on. I'm using this Miyoko's plant-based plant milk mozzarella. They have another liquid mozzarella that I sometimes use on the cheese, but I like this texture a little better. And I just cut it up. I don't bother grating it. It tends to be a little softer. So I just kind of make little slices and put it on the pizza when I use it. So I'm going to get this chopped up and put it on the other pizzas, and then we'll work on our top. Okay, I'm ready to start decorating, y'all. So I am going to make this one over here a veggie. So I'm going to put some mushrooms on. Some big chunky mushrooms and some basil. The basil should probably go underneath the other ingredients because it will burn. So it's nice to put it on the bottom. I'm going to reach down here. I just put all my ingredients in one bowl. Grab some onions, and I don't have any particular way that I decorate it. Just a nice rustic pizza. And I like whole tomatoes to roast on the pizza. So I'm gonna put some of those on there. And I think that's it for this one. A little bit of bell pepper on there. This one is just my all veggie pizza, y'all. And then remember I had that follow your heart cheese. I'm gonna top it off with some, actually I got some olives too that I'm gonna put on there. I'm just gonna break those up a bit. These are Kalamata olives. Actually, they're smoked. I thought that was very interesting. They're smoked pitted Kalamata olive. Oh boy, that's a tongue twister. Kalamata olives. I'm gonna taste one. See, they don't really have a smoke taste. That's really interesting. I was thinking, actually, they have a tiny bit. I take that back. Very subtle smoked flavor. It's not really strong, but you can taste it. I taste it now. I was about to say they need to stop talking about they got some smoked olives. So I'm gonna put some of those on there to give that nice briny flavor, and then I'm gonna add some of that Parmesan to the top. I like multiple types of cheeses. And that's going to be it. Now, remember I told you this excess dough is going to fold over. And it's going to be like a proper Chicago pie. I'm going to drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. Proper Chicago pie. You know, they make pizza different styles of pizza in different places. But this is going to be like a piece of pie since I rolled the dough out like this and had excess. And it's going to bake. And I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it. I'm working with one hand here, y'all. Just a drizzle. Okay, that was a little bit more than a drizzle, but I'm gonna take that and brush it around here. And what I'm gonna do is, because you know, now that I put all this olive oil on it, it's gonna cook. This part, if I were to put it in the oven uncovered, it would brown really fast. So I'm gonna tint it with a piece of foil and then let all the inside cook, and when I'm ready for the outside to cook, I'll take the foil off. Okay, so that's our first pizza. Let's work on our chorizo pizza. This is gonna be the chorizo pizza. I have my chorizo here that I'm gonna just spoon on top. And remember, I mixed it with some onions and garlic and jalapenos and tomatoes. So just putting that topping on top. It's a lot of chorizo, actually. I probably could have just used half, but I'm gonna use it all, I think. It's gonna be a very filling pizza, I think. Or I might leave some and put it with the other veggie pizza. That's what I'll do, because it's gonna be too much if I put all this on one pizza. See, I got a little bit more. I'm gonna put some on the other veggie pizza. So I have one with just all veggies, and then I'll have one with chorizo and veggies. That's what I'll do. Now this is going to be just like that, and when I take it out, I'm going to garnish it with some fresh cilantro. So I'm also going to go over this with some of that cheese again. And that's gonna be it. Now I'm gonna fold this over a little bit too. Just a little bit. This one doesn't have as much excess dough. And I'm not gonna drizzle this one with olive oil because the chorizo tends to be a little oily already. Got the camera backwards, y'all. I'm gonna prepare this fig and goat cheese pizza. So remember, I got this goat cheese, this cashew vegan style goat cheese, and I've never had this fig and goat cheese pizza, but it sounds so good. And from what I know, let me get a little spoon. From what I know, they usually just put big blobs of it on the pizza like that. So we'll see how that turns out. And I think I've seen some recipes where they use arugula on to top it off and red onion, but I'm not going to put either red onion or arugula on it today because I don't have any arugula and I don't want any more onion. I put onion on the other pizza, so I kind of want this one to be a little different. I think I'm gonna use all of this goat cheese. I don't even know what this tastes like. Let me give it a little taste. It's really good. It tastes like a soft brie. Like if I can remember what brie tastes like when I used to eat cheese a long time ago. That's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like a very soft, spreadable cheese. And I think it's gonna be good with this goat cheese. I wonder, I'm kind of remembering like balsamic vinegar goes on, like a glaze goes on this too. But maybe I'm remembering wrong. Let me know. But I think it would be good. I don't think I have any glaze, but I got some balsamic vinegar, but I'm not gonna do that. It has to be glaze. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get all this cheese evenly distributed, and then I'm gonna put the figs on. It's messy, y'all. Look, it's messy. I'm trying to break it up a little bit. I think I made big giant chunks and I probably don't need big giant chunks like that. So break it up a little bit. This is so messy, but it is what it is. It is going to be a fig and goat cheese pizza. I am excited to try it. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing with the figs. I'm just gonna, I drained my figs because remember I had them, these are dry figs, I had them soaking in water. So they've kind of softened up a bit. So I'm taking the stem off because I don't think I want that. I'm going to just tear them and put them right in the midst of the goat cheese. Vegan goat cheese. Because I think it's supposed to go something like that. And then I know they drizzle them with olive oil. Drizzle the pizza with olive oil. I'm hoping this goat cheese is gonna melt or something and do something special, but we'll see. Tearing the figs open is also a good idea too, so you can make sure there's no critters inside that you don't want in there. I mean, I know some people are like, ew, that's nasty, but it is part of life, and that's part of making sure that the figs get fertilized or pollinated, I'll say, because there is one type of wasp, from what I know, that pollinates figs. So I'm hoping this is gonna come out good. It smells good. But I might be the only one that ends up eating this. We'll see. Got one more fig. Take the stem out because I don't want that. And I think that's it. Let me wash my hands. And then I'm gonna just drizzle it with some olive oil. Like I said, I think they usually put red onion on it. I'm gonna skip the red onion. I'm just gonna drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. And that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So again, I have some excess dough. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just tuck the excess dough right over the edge here. And I'm gonna pop it in the oven. And I'm gonna let y'all know what it's like when it comes out. I'm gonna show you the results. I got my other pizzas in here, baking away, looking good. See, they're baking away. It smells so good in here. It smells like a proper pizzeria. So I'll see you back when I take them out of the oven. I don't time them. I just eyeball it when everything looks nice and brown to my satisfaction. It usually takes about 20 minutes per pizza. So the other ones have been in for probably about 10 minutes now. So I'll be back. All right, folks. My pizza is ready. And I'm gonna show you how it came out. So this is the veggie and chorizo that I made in my cast iron skillet. It's a deep dish pie. So this is like one of those that you would get in Chicago that you would eat with like a fork and a knife because the filling is like kind of juicy and very thick. This is the one, the other veggie. I forgot to show y'all the pepperoni that I put on it, or me putting the pepperoni on, and some of them got a little bit crispy. That's why I was saying usually you want to put them underneath some of the other toppings because they tend to brown really easily, but they're still good. They're still good. Even when they get crispy like that, it's still good. This is the Mexican pizza. It has the chorizo and jalapenos. I went ahead and garnished it with some fresh cilantro. And then this is the fig and vegan goat cheese pizza. So I'm ready to eat. All right, so we are sitting down and ready to taste our pizza. Actually, the boys have started eating their eating their pizza already. Daya, how is it? What have you tasted and how is it?
Tried the better with fig, the goat cheese with fig.
The goat cheese with fig. How is it?
I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of like a sweet taste. My fig is falling off, y'all. Let me taste that.
The sourness mixes well with the sweetness.
It tastes like a dessert. It reminds you of like guava and cream cheese pasteles, like the Cuban guava and cheese pasteles, except it has the crunchy seeds from the fig. That's what it kind of reminds me of. And then I'm trying to get the right angle here. This one is the Mexican. Oh, we have our vegan ranch too that I have to put some on. I'm gonna put some on my veggie one, but I'm gonna try this Mexican chorizo pizza first. That's good. It's nice and juicy because I put extra sauce on it. It's not dried out at all. You get a little bit of kick from the jalapeno. That's good. Jediah, put the top on so we can shake it up first. So we gotta put this ranch. Well, we don't have to, but we want to, right? Okay. I put some crushed red peppers on it. This is some thick vegan ranch. I'm gonna take a little dollop. You want some on yours? I should have put it in a little container. Let me taste the veggie pizza with the ranch. This one is kind of falling apart, y'all. I had some trouble getting it out of the pan intact. So let me try it. That one tastes more like a classic pizza.
Yeah.
Like a pepperoni and cheese pizza. That's good. All right, so how would you rate the Mexican pizza?
I haven't tried it.
You haven't tried yours yet.
Is it a Mexican pizza?
That's
The cilantro. Oh, you had cilantro on top of all of yours. Well, I would rate the Mexican pizza a 9 out of 10. I think I needed to keep a little bit more of those jalapeno seeds to get it a little bit spicier, but it's good nonetheless. The the fig and the goat cheese pizza, I think I give that about a 7. I'm gonna try it again one day, but I'm gonna use fresh figs like you're supposed to, and I'm gonna see how I like it. But it's good. It's still good nonetheless. It's a good mix up from the normal kind of savory pizza taste. And then the veggie pizza is absolutely a 10 out of 10. It has that classic pepperoni, because I put some pepperoni on top. It has that classic pepperoni and cheese taste. Very simple. So anyway, I hope y'all try to make some of your own vegan pizza if you are trying to go meatless, or if you're vegan